Peace and blessings everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am Albert, and in today's episode we're gonna talk about the ML250. Now, because it's pouring outside and all my filming locations were compromised, today I'm gonna film this car right here in the middle of nature next to the Orwell River. So as you can see, the view is quite beautiful even though it's raining outside. But I didn't want to miss this opportunity of having this ML filmed in the rain, because it's a beautiful car, and I wanted to drive one of these for a long time. I drove the old Mercedes ML, the previous two generations, but I didn't drove this one. So I was quite anxious to see how this car behaves, how this car drives, and how this car actually is. The 250 in special, because I drove the 3-liter old version, I drove the 3-liter new version, the GLE, but never this one. And in today's episode I'm gonna share the experience with you, and well, by the end of the video we're gonna decide together if this is a good SUV to buy or, well, not. So see you in a bit. The 2014 Mercedes-Benz ML250, it's a luxury SUV that exudes elegance and sophistication. With its sleek design and impressive performance, it's no wonder why this vehicle continues to be a popular choice for discerning drivers. So I got this car from my friends at Carzet. Carzet are a specialized second-hand car dealership located in Ipswich. All the cars come with 6 months RAC warranty, which is extendable up to 3 years. If you have a low credit score, they can help you with finance. If you want your car to be part exchanged, well, Carzet can provide part exchange with your car. Also, if you want your car delivered all the way across UK, well, they can provide that as well. So check them out at carzet.co.uk. The exterior of the car showcases an iconic Mercedes-Benz styling, blending sharp lines with smooth curves. The front fascia features the prominent 3-pointed star emblem surrounded by a chrome accentuated grille, giving the car a very luxurious and prestige look. The aerodynamic design is not only to enhance the vehicle's aesthetics, but also improves fuel efficiency. Let's talk about the front end of the car, because, well, we have a couple of things to talk about, like the LED daytime running lights that have been seamlessly integrated into the front bumper. I do like this aluminium trim that gives the car a stylish and elegant look. Also, the LED daytime running lights and the LED headlights provide a very good visibility on the road and give the car a modern touch. The hood has beautiful design lines and 2 air vents, one on each side, giving the car a sporty look. The grille is big and imposing, and I do like this multi-vertical line grille. It gives the car a very modern and fierce look. Now, this one isn't the AMG version, this one is the SE version, but I have to tell you that it looks good, it looks elegant, it looks stylish, and also provides the normal amount of aggression that usually Mercedes have with the AMG pack. Now, I have to tell you that I do like it in this burgundy color because it looks brilliantly good. I don't know, this is my opinion, I don't know if you guys like this color, but for me this burgundy color is one of my favorites. Under the hood, The ML250 is powered by a capable 2.1 turbocharged diesel engine, delivering a respectable balance of power and efficiency. The engine produces ample torque, making overtaking on highways a breeze, while the smooth shift of the 7-speed automatic gearbox ensures a seamless driving experience. The all-wheel drive system provides confident handling in various road conditions, adding to the vehicle's versatility. Now let's talk about numbers, because here things are quite interesting. This 2.1 has 204 horsepower, 500 Newton meters, goes from 0 to 60 in 9 seconds, which is quite good considering that it weighs kind of like an elephant, and I have to tell you that it feels fast. Doesn't compare to the 3-liter, but nevertheless, this 2.1, it's quite agile. Now regarding fuel consumption, here is something that I want to point out. Mercedes says that this car will do 50 miles per gallon outside town, well, mostly on highways. I think we can do a little bit better than that, I think. But also Mercedes says that this car will do in town around 40 miles per gallon. And I have to tell you that the numbers that I got aren't even close to that. So I didn't drive it like a maniac. I didn't drive it like an old grandma. But still, I didn't get close to those numbers. Let's talk about the side of the car, because the ML, well, it's beautiful from the side as well. You can notice that this car has 19-inch wheels. These 5-spoke wheels look quite nice, and they have the decent amount of size to blend in with this vehicle's overall size. One thing that I do like about it are the side steps, giving the car kind of an off-road muscular stance. I don't know, this works for me. I like how it looks with this side steps. On the mirrors we have the turn signals, which they have been integrated perfectly over there. On the roof we have the roof lines, which they look quite good in this aluminium finish, and they complement the luxuriousness of the car as well. The windows are framed by this aluminium trim that gives the car a luxurious feel as well. So overall the side of the car is impressive, imposing, and I have to tell you that the lines that this car has from front to the rear end are quite beautifully drawn. Now let's talk about the rear end of the ML250. We can immediately notice the ML250 badge and the Mercedes badge sitting proudly in the middle. Immediately you notice the LED taillights, which they've been designed very beautiful. They have these beautiful lines, and even the turn signal is elegant and stylish. The rear bumper is muscular and has this aluminium trim, enhancing the overall luxury stance that this car has. Immediately you notice the roof spoiler, which adds a touch of sportiness to the car. On the top we have the little shark fin. Well, that's the antenna for the GPS. This car doesn't have a powered operated boot, so everything you're gonna do, it's manual. But the boot is not heavy at all, and it's quite easy to handle. Now, the luggage compartment that this car has, it's quite impressive. In the boot, you have 690 liters of cargo space. But wait, if you want more cargo space, you can drop the back seats and you can get 2010 liters of cargo space, which I have to tell you that it's mighty impressive. This is a very big and spacious car, and somehow it makes the perfect sense to buy one. Step inside the ML's cabin and you'll be greeted by a sumptuous interior that reflects the luxury expected from a Mercedes-Benz. High-quality materials such as premium leather, upholstery and aluminium trims adorn the surfaces, providing a sense of opulence and comfort. The cabin is spacious, offering ample legroom and headroom for both front passengers and rear passengers. The ergonomically designed seats provide excellent support for long journeys, making it a pleasure to spend time in this SUV. The seats are heated and they are electrically powered. The doors are wrapped in leather. This beautiful aluminium trim showcases the luxuriousness that this car has. So the interior of the car stands out very nicely against the competition. As one would expect from a Mercedes-Benz, the ML250 comes packed with cutting-edge technology and wide array of features. The infotainment system is intuitive and user-friendly, featuring a large color display navigation and various connectivity options such as Bluetooth and USB. The SUV boasts an impressive sound system that delivers a crisp and clear audio, enhancing the overall driving experience. Down here we have the climate controls, and as you can see, they look quite stylish, even though you can find this on the 2006 Mercedes C-Class, on which, well, that's that. But I have to tell you that they are modern even today. This aluminium that covers them feels very expensive, and well, I think Mercedes goes on that thing that if it's not broken, why fix it? But I have to tell you that they look good even today. Right here we do have these blank buttons, well, 1 and 2. From here we can adjust the heated seats. From here, this is the echo button, hazard button, traction control, but we do have 2 blank buttons right here. In the middle we have the radio, and well, most of you will notice this as well in the 2006 Mercedes C-Class. Now the infotainment system, it's quite like any other Mercedes-Benz from this era. We have the audio settings, the navigation, video, because this car has video playback, so you can watch videos on it. Into the system, as you can see, you have the clock and a couple of things. If we're going through the settings, we have the display, the text reader, linguatronic language, assign as favorite, and well, this is pretty much it. So I do like how this clock actually sits here. It's very elegant. And yeah, well, if you go into the navigation system, you can see that this is the map. It's a little bit dated, but well, it has traffic on, so you can actually travel and know if the roads you're going are busy or not. The thing that I like is the fact that surrounding the infotainment system are these 2 vertical air vents, which I have to tell you that I do like how they look. Somehow it's emphasizing the greatness that this car has, and somehow it looks very good right here in the middle of the dashboard. One thing that I do like are these 2 huge cup holders. And yes, also here you can see that this car has these carbon fiber thingies that will add to the sportiness of this car. One thing that I also like is the fact that when you want to hide your cup holders, you have a latch over here which you can grab like this, and well, it disappears. Right here is the knob to control the infotainment system, and over here we have 2 buttons. This is hill control assist, and here are the modes for the gearbox. Now in the central armrest, this is quite nice. You can open the central armrest from pulling this latch over here, and inside it we do have, well, a painting brush, and this is funny, and 1 USB port here and another port here. As you can see, this one is quite big, and you can store a couple of things here. Now let's discuss a bit about the steering wheel of this car. As you can see, this car has a 4-spoke steering wheel because, well, it's not the AMG. This is the standard Mercedes-Benz SE steering wheel. Now this one has a carbon fiber cover here, which I find it quite interesting, but well, this is something aftermarket, so it didn't came like this from the factory. Now from here we can adjust the screen in the middle of the gauges. From here we can adjust the volume controls and, well, the telephone controls. This car also has voice control, but still I don't really use this at all. Here we have the paddle shifters, the gear shifter, and from here the wiper selection. Now this car also have electric seats which you can adjust them from here. One thing that it's annoying is the fact that the steering wheel isn't power operated. The steering wheel is manual, so it has a latch over there, and from there you can adjust it like this. So this is the steering wheel of the Mercedes ML SE. Let's talk about the gauge cluster. Now in the middle of the gauge cluster we do have a screen, and in this screen we have a lot of information. For example, we do have the digital mileage, we do have the miles per gallon, the fuel consumption, the way you drive this car in eco mode, which is quite annoying. And well, if we go through these settings over here, we have the sat nav, the audio, the telephone, and some assistance that well helps you navigate the streets more safely. You have assistance graphics, speed limit assist, distance warning, and attention assist. Well, these things are helpful. Sometimes I find them a little bit annoying when they beep out of nowhere, but well, sometimes they do help. Now let's get back into the settings. We have the instrument cluster where you can adjust the miles into kilometers. We have the lights, and this car has daytime driving lights as well as surround lighting, lighting delayed switch off, which is interesting thing, but this car doesn't have ambient lighting, so well, I don't really like that. Now into the vehicle settings, we have the speed limit for the winter tires, we have automatic door locks, acoustic lock, and somewhere around here we do have these conveniences, which means that you can adjust the seat belt to remember your seating position, the auto folding mirrors, and that's pretty much it. Factory reset, no thank you. So this is the little screen in the gauge cluster. Now the gauge cluster is quite good looking. It has this beautiful aluminium trim that surrounds the gauges. In the left side we have the speedometer, in the right side we have the rev counter. And yes, I do have to tell you that I do like how this gauge cluster still looks even today. Now this car specifically doesn't have front parking sensors, which I find a little bit annoying due to the fact that it's a big car. One thing that I like about this is the traffic sign recognition, because it shows you on the middle of the gauge cluster, in that screen over there, the speed limit that you are supposed to drive in certain areas. And I can tell you that it's very, very helpful. Now, one thing regarding the infotainment system, I have to tell you that this infotainment system is something that you can find from the Mercedes in the 2008-9 era, and even till this one. So the infotainment system, it's quite basic, but it's very, very user-friendly. So if you expect some cutting-edge technology into this area, well, you'll be a little bit disappointed. But other than that, I cannot find many faults with this infotainment system. Now it is time to drive the ML250. I'm gonna put the seatbelt on because, well, safety first. And after that, I'm gonna put the car on drive. We're gonna clean the windscreen because it's pouring outside. We're gonna check the mirrors because, well, we have to see if anyone comes. Turn signal on, and well, voila. And it pushes quite good. So let's talk about how this car actually behaves on the road, because it's something that I want to mention. The cabin isolation is very good. You literally don't get that much wind noise inside. In fact, you don't get any kind of noises inside the car except for the wipers. But this is a story for another time. The steering is precise and the car is nimble on the countryside roads. The suspension is firm. Now this one doesn't have the Mercedes-Benz air suspension, which I'm a little bit disappointed, but I have to tell you that even on springs, this car behaves quite nicely. It's sporty enough. The 19-inch wheels don't provide a harsh ride, so the balance between the wheels and the shock absorbers that this car has, it's quite good. The car is comfortable. Even when you are going on some rough roads, the car still is comfortable and behaves nicely. Regarding practicality, is a very practical car, having 5 seats and a lot of luggage compartment. This is a car to take on long journeys and, well, if you want to carry stuff or if you are in the construction market, because, well, you can have a lot of your tools with you. So yeah, regarding maintenance, I have to tell you that these cars are quite reliable cars. Mercedes always created reliable cars. Now, let's talk about this engine, the 251, which can be a little bit problematic sometimes because it has some turbo issues. But if you manage to change the oil in time and don't, I cannot stress this enough, change the oil every 10,000 miles and you are gonna thank me later in life. The oil is very essential to the engine, and if you do the services in time, the car won't create many issues. Now, regarding the seating position, I have to tell you that the seating position is quite good. You sit quite up high, you have good visibility, and somehow you feel kind of the king of the road. This is a very nice car to have, it's a very nice car to own, and I do recommend that if you're in the market looking for one, well, or if you're in the market looking for an SUV, just have a look at the ML, because you might not want to miss it. Let's discuss a bit about the handling, because this is a big car, and you may want to know some things. You cannot just toss it around. Even though it feels sporty, it's not as sporty as BMW or Cayenne or the other ones. This one, it's more in the luxury segment. This car is not a car to toss around and, well, do burnouts, even though it's a four-wheel drive and cannot do burnouts. But nevertheless, this is a car that shows class and elegance. So just try to behave while you're having one, because, well, it's that kind of car. So that was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Press a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And, well, I'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, peace and blessings to all of you. I'll see you soon.